What's going on, traders? Welcome back to my channel. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day today. In this video, I'm going to talk about some of the best brokers for current and new day traders to use to get around the PDT rule, and just quickly talk about my thoughts, my opinions about these different brokers. So very first thing, SureTrader is what you guys see. If you haven't heard by now, I'm sure you guys have heard. For those that haven't, SureTrader has always been the number one best broker for new traders that have less than $25,000 and to basically get around the PDT rule. Granted, I've seen a lot of people that just were not happy with them, or just straight out bitch and complained a lot, while using them. It's very simple. They lay out their, their fees, their commission structure, and if you don't like it, then you should have never signed up. Nonetheless, SureTrader is closed. They no longer are taking on new clients. That's it. They basically just, they put out an email basically saying that they're, basically closing up shop. They're no longer existing. I got nothing bad to say about them. They always, served their purpose to me very, very well. I always thought they were really good with a lot of things, such as, having a lot of times, short locates. Like literally, I'm not even bullshitting you guys here. There are times where SureTrader had shorts available in some of the bigger brokers like Trade Zero, Centerpoint Securities, E-Trade, Interactive Brokers did not have those shares to short. Okay, so that was, I remember one time I shorted some stocks with this and no one else had them at none of these other big brokers. So again, there's nothing negative I could say about them. All things do come to an end. But when one door closes, another door opens, right? So obviously, SureTrader, for those that have them, when they got the email basically saying they could either opt in or transfer their information to the new broker called F1 Trade. Okay, so I'm not gonna go, I'm not gonna assume things, but when they first started building this website, a lot of it had basically SureTrader written all over it. So is it SureTrader? Is it not SureTrader? But with this, again, this is to help those get around the PDT rule, but you are trading CFDs, okay? So with CFDs, you can make a lot of money, but you can also lose a lot of money because you're not actually trading shares. Okay, now I'm not going to dive too deep into this video about CFDs and how to trade them and what are they. You could do that research on your own with Google. But basically, this F1 trade has replaced SureTrader. Obviously, I'm going to transfer all my information to them. I'm not going to start using them right away. I'm basically just going to, treat this as, like the new iPhone or a new car. Basically, just like let it work its kinks out before I actually start using them. So I'll just, let this go for a little bit and basically just watch them from the sidelines and just see overall how they perform. So I have my account open with them. I just won't actually make any trades or executions. I'm just going to basically watch them from a distance and just see how everything just operates, right? Before just throwing money in there, just going start trading with them. Again, like I said, looks very clean, looks very, just like it's basically a clone, a duplicate of, SureTrader. Even when you go here to, log in, it basically looks almost exactly. Let's see if I go back here, account login. Where is it? So as you can see, it basically looks, almost the same. I think it's the other one I need. Account management. That's one of them, but it's very, very similar, right? So have an account looks pretty damn identical to have an account, right? And actually, if we go back here, no, this is why I want open account. That's what I wanted. As you guys can see, it's identical. Like I'm going back and forth, and you can see like everything's exactly the same, like identical, right? It's all Swiss Ameritrade securities, and this is F1 trade. So you can see it's pretty much the same exact thing. It's just CFDs instead of actual stocks, shares. So again, this is an option for new traders or existing traders trying to get around the PDT rule. You can go this route, but there's also CMEG. Now, CMEG, Capital Markets Elite Group, what's interesting about this one is that my YouTube channel, out of all my videos, my CMEG broker review has the most amount of views. It has 16,000 reviews. So if you go to Google or YouTube and you put in CMEG review, out of all the videos that everyone else has made, mine has the most amount of reviews. And why is that? Because I was one of the first guys to use CMEG. And it's one of those things where it's like any other broker that once one person starts using them, like, they tell one person, and then that person tells another person, and then that person tells a person, and then that person tells five people, and then those five people tell 10 people, and all of a sudden, the next thing you know is everyone comes over and they start using that broker, and then that broker usually goes to shit. Does that mean they went to shit? No. CMEG is still really, really a good broker. So those have asked me multiple times, why did I continue to use SureTrader over CMEG? And just to talk about that a little bit, that's because SureTrader always had more shorts available than CMEG. So I'm a short buys trader, right? SureTrader always had more shorts available. Like I said, this goes back to what I was mentioned earlier, is that there's times where SureTrader had shorts available and Centerpoint Securities didn't. Cobra Trading didn't. E-Trade didn't. Interact Brokers didn't. And there's other guys that use these big broker names. Of course, I got my large account, which my big broker, but then I have my small account that I always use with SureTrader, and they're like, oh, impossible. It's like, no, I recorded it. Here's a screenshot they had. So that's why I always prefer SureTrader over CMEG. Obviously, SureTrader is no longer an option. You're either stuck with using CMEG or F1 Trade. So really, they're both obviously the funding process with F1 Trade is going to be probably exact same as SureTrader, where you're doing a wire transfer in, wire transfer out, very simple. CMEG is the same way, wire transfer in, wire transfer out. I mean, they're all basically every broker is like that. Centerpoint Securities, Speed Trader, you're all doing some sort of wire transfer. Okay. Again, CMEG is just an awesome broker. They have the DOS platform. That's what I used. Again, there's my review from a year ago. I probably should update that because that's pretty old. But it's amazing how it's got 16,000 views. So thank you to those that watched the video. So really, guys, going forward, and especially for 2020, you have two choices here, right? Three choices actually to get around the PDT rule. All right. So we're gonna talk about three different choices for you guys to use if you have account, anywhere from $500 to $2,500. Okay. If you're a United States citizen, so United States of America, you either use CMEG or F1 Trade. Okay. So F1 Trade, you can fund them with $500. Okay. CMEG, it's $500. Okay, it should be here somewhere. Otherwise, just go to I'll put the link below this video. Okay, and again, you could try their demo. You could do it's like a 2-week demo, I believe. So if you live outside of the United States, a better route for you to go with is Trade Zero. Okay, but Trade Zero is good if you're like international, if you live in like, Europe, London, United Kingdom, that whole area. This is who you'd want to go with. Okay. Again, I'm not recommending anyone. So disclaimer, I don't recommend any of these brokers. I'm just laying out the roadmap for you guys, the structure of who you can use, who you can go with. Now, let's say you're like, well, I don't want to use CMEG. I don't want to use, because CMEG is an offshore broker, right? So if you live in the United States, it's an offshore broker. Same thing with F1 Trade, it's an offshore broker. But if you live in the United States and you say, well, I don't want to use any of these guys, well, then you could use, E-Trade, you could use Thinkorswim, or even if you wanted to, you could use Robinhood, or you could use Webull, okay? But again, these are basically your options, guys. Again, you want to do your research. There are brokers for you to use out there. So just because SureTrader, decided to close shop, one door closes, right? Another door opens. Okay, so you're basically back to having two choices to choose from: CMEG or F1 Trade. Um, Again, I'm not going to go over who I recommend or which one I would use. I'll let you guys just basically go to the website and decide who to use. They're both, like I said, if F1 trade is exactly the way everything was with SureTrader, I can't complain. I can't say anything bad or negative about SureTrader. I can't say anything bad or negative about CMEG. It's just broker comparison. One broker maybe has higher fees compared to the other broker, but one broker has more shares to short. So if you're not a short bias trader, well then you would have never went with SureTrader. You would have went with CMEG. Okay, if you're just like, oh, I'm just a long bias trader, then CMEG is the route for you to go. But if you like want to dabble more into shorting a stock, and riding it back down to the grave, well then like an F1 trade is who you'd go with. But again, if you don't live in the United States, if you live outside the United States, well then Trade Zero would be an option for you. But anyways, guys, that's just a quick little review, little more outside of the box. I see a lot of people just making YouTube videos of just talking about SureTrader closing the shop, and that's it. Okay, well, nice, congratulations, boring video, but what are other people's options or alternatives? And these are them. Okay, so it's really a matter of like which path, which route do you want to go? I have a lot of people approach me. They're like, well, I don't have the time to day trade every single day. I can't afford to trade every single day. Okay, and then you wouldn't really need to go with any of these brokers. Okay, then you would just go with like Thinkorswim, TD Ameritrade, or E-Trade, and just put anywhere from 500 to 2,500 to 500 in that account, and then you just stick with the 3 day trades a week. So again, guys, it just really depends on one, your schedule, your account size, how fast you want to grow your account. Are you a long bias trader or are you a short bias trader? So anyways, guys, I hope this video helps and educates you guys in some shape, way, or form. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, leave the comments below this video. If you want to send me a private email with your questions, I also have my email below this video as well. If you're new and stopping in for the very first time, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I will see all you dudes in the next video.